So, plan of action today. I would like to... Well, the first job that we're going to do is we're going to clear out all of the jungle wood trees here. Then we're going to start work on a design for the wall. I think I'm going to go with like the cobblestone / stone look rather than that. I probably won't have too many stone bricks in it. Definitely won't have like the gravel and things like that. But we're kind of going to go for that sort of thing. So we can kind of like get rid of these now, I think. Just because it's not kind of doing what I wanted it to do. So the problem that I was having with those walls is they're too solid. And I think I've got a way of being able to do what I want to do with the wall whilst still making sure that the sheep and mobs and things do not escape. So that's what we're gonna kind of like do. I'm kind of hoping that I can fit this all in here. Now I've picked it up, I'm not sure I can. I think there's a lot of stuff that I could put in, but yeah. It was just actually just the copper and the mud by the looks of it. Didn't have enough. Hey Discount, how are you, sir? What have you been doing today? How are you? What have you been up to? Here, let's throw it in this one. I'm just getting loads of junk chests just knocking around now. Something else that I kind of want to start removing is probably this thing here. I mean, it's not even hooked up at the moment. Oh no, it is. It is hooked up. It is doing its thing. So we will want to get rid of this, I think, today. Now that we know how it works. I don't know why I've got this here. This should be in my redstone test world. Not too bad. A little bit of tidying, parents traveling down tomorrow. I see. So you got to make it all spick and span. Let's go and start whittling down these trees. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I've got quite a bad headache at the moment. I think that's because I haven't had enough coffee this morning. At least that's what I'm feeling. We get rid of... Don't tread on that. Yeah, like, kind of tidying for parents to stop over it. Actually, that's weird, because I've never actually been in that situation, because my parents have always lived relatively close to me, so they don't, like, calm down, if that makes sense. Yeah, caffeine withdrawal is not much fun, yeah. You're telling me. I'm pretty sure, you know, we figured this out a long time ago, but... I keep going. I've got an espresso though, so that should make me feel at least a little bit better. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so I also have some iced water as well, because it sounds nice, but it's just water. And that was just to kind of like ease my headache a little bit as well. So if you see me drinking random liquid that sounds like I've overloaded a cocktail glass with, or a tumbler. I suppose it's a tumbler, it's not a cocktail glass, is it? With ice. I do that every so often. Sometimes I put the coffee in the iced water, so I can have an iced coffee. I do quite like iced coffees. I might do that later actually, because I've got plenty of ice. The thing that I like to do with the iced coffee though is I like to add sparkling water instead of just still. 4 times a year these days, but they live like 400 miles away. To be fair, it used to be 600 plus, so it's a bit nicer trip than it used to be. Wow, yeah, it's quite a big trip. See, my parents live about 3 miles away, and I see them 3 to 4 times a year. So maybe I'm just bad. maybe I'm just bad at doing like the whole sun thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't even think I'm exaggerating with the 3 to 4 times a year. Probably more than that, actually. Yeah, probably more than that. So like, obviously my birthday, their birthdays, I always make an effort. I always make an effort at Christmas, obviously. And yeah, that's about it, really. It's not that I don't get on with my parents. It's just that we work opposite, like, kind of days and like times. So you don't get time. You just don't get a chance to, like, if I finish work, because I finish work late, I can pretty much guarantee that nobody's awake to hang out. And before I start work, they've already started work like for like 3 hours. So real life gets in the way, unfortunately. Although they are going on about becoming semi-retired, so it'll probably make it easier once that happens. Although I'm also thinking about increasing my hours at work, so like fine, you stop work, I'll just work more. That yeah. I don't think it's quite as bad as like 3 to 4 times a year, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was that far off. I'd be surprised if we were seeing each other at least 10 times a year, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, once a month, maybe. Maybe once a month. Get ready for a few more surprise visits. Oh yeah, that definitely happens, right? Well, they're going into semi-retirement kind of thing. I don't think my dad will ever stop working. I can't see him just sitting back and not doing anything all day. It's just not in his mind. They're in the 60s, right? So they're at the age where they can in a couple of years they can do full state retirement. So they're getting there. My mum just turned 60 this year, and then my dad's 64 in November. So like, they're at the age where you know, they're thinking about their options. They're trying to cut back, which fully understand and support for that. It does make you wonder, like, what am I going to do when I hit 60? Well, I'll absolutely still be in work full-time kind of thing. I don't think there's really much I can do about that. What with how, like, pensions are heading these days. I mean, what is the retirement age now? What, 66 is it? For state pension? I reckon by the time I'm eligible for retirement pension, it'll be in the 70s. I just have this feeling. But then people are, well, a lot more, you know, healthy. Stuck indoors before finding activities to do. My mum went a bit crazy having my dad stuck indoors. Yeah, so my dad, for years and years and years and years on end, was running his own business. So he's used to being stuck indoors, but he has his own purpose-built office in the house I grew up, right? So I think if he fully retired, he'd just spend all the time in there. Like, he wouldn't be in the house; he would just be in the office, doing something. I don't know, really writing books or something. He's an amateur novelist, but he has a pseudonym, so he doesn't go under the name Womble, which is a little bit disappointing. I was a little bit disappointed when he did that. But apparently he had good reason. See, I don't use a pseudonym for Twitch, right? So I find it weird that you would want to withhold the name Womble. Like I've always been very proud of that name. So I was like, really? Why are you using a pseudonym? But then he had very good reasons, because he's been quite a big pillar in the field, in a few fields that, like, his working career kind of thing. And a lot of people know the name Womble in that career, because it's obviously a very unique name, right? Then all of a sudden one day someone starts writing stories about things under the name Womble, and then people would, you know, kind of jump to conclusions, if that makes sense. So it does make sense that he wouldn't use his real name for the books. I mean, it may make sense. If you've already got a very unique name, you're gonna get noticed, right? I mean, my argument is, surely you want to get noticed, but I don't know, my dad doesn't think like that. Dad does repair work for a charity and discovered an electric bike and does a fair bit of cycling. Not unusual for him to do like 10 to 20 miles on a trip. Mom's part of a walking and arts group. Nice. Yeah, so they've got their own like things that they like to do. I think that's key, isn't it, for a stable cohabitation? You've got to have your own space. You can't just be confined to each other's space all the time. Okay, that was good timing. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, that was kind of hilarious. We're talking about parents randomly rocking up at random times. Guess who just turned up at my door? It's like they were watching the stream. What the fuck? I know they don't. I know they don't watch it. Just very, very weird coincidence. They just like started rambling on about like my garden and things like that. And my mum was on about like wanting to plant a strawberry bush, and I'm like, I'm a little bit busy at the moment. I don't want to just like throw you away, chuck you out. But you have caught me at a little bit of an awkward time. They were like, oh, okay. Well, can we get access to the garden? Is that all right? Yeah, sure. So I opened up the back gate for them. Apparently, my dad's going to go and do something in the back garden. So you might hear some noise in the window of like a garden machine starting up. I think that's the disadvantage of always streaming on a Saturday, right? Everyone wants to do garden things on a Saturday. That is the disadvantage, in the summer anyway. So yeah. Strawberries sound good. I mean, I was like, yeah, sure. If you want to plant some strawberries in my back garden, you go for it. I don't know why they're planting them now, though. I think they were, well, I don't think they're actually planting them now. Because you gotta wait until the autumn, right, I think, for strawberries, to plant strawberries. When do you plant the strawberry? Maybe it is now, actually. Maybe it's after the strawberry harvest. I don't remember. I don't really know. I'm not really a gardener, you see, so. But having a little bit of a strawberry bush in the back would be pretty cool. I do like fruit, but the thing is with that sort of thing, you like the problem with strawberries is that as soon as something grows, if you're not actively there immediately in the morning, it will get eaten. It will just get eaten. So you got to be vigilant. Successfully garden a ton of caterpillars again this year. Yeah. We got more veg this year than last year, so that's good. Yeah, exactly. It's like so I've got an apple tree, and it's actually an aphid tree. Oh, maybe that was what they were on about. Actually, maybe they're on about the apple tree that in the back. No, my mum definitely mentioned strawberries. We haven't really had very many apples this year. I think it's been a bad season because it was quite warm in May time, and then it just got very wet very quickly. So I think all the rain like killed off all the strawberry flowers and stuff. Not the strawberry flowers, the apple flowers. Maybe I should have put a sign on my door, no uninvited callers. That might deter them. It won't. They won't look at the sign. They'll be like, well, we're always invited, right? It is actually kind of spooky that you said that, although it's not quite out of the ordinary. It is the weekend, right? So kind of makes sense that they would pop round on the weekend. They probably don't think I'm overly busy. Joke's on them. I'm working all the way through the bank holiday weekend and this weekend as well. So got some strawberries that need transplanting. Too low to the ground, and woodlouse keep nibbling them. But they're growing, so we'll get like a planter in the future. That's a good idea. So again, I'm not really that great at gardening. What I do like the idea of gardening is that you can kind of like build your own planters, that sort of thing, right? Like, so make your own planters, build your own planters, design everything yourself, and then just literally quite eat and consume the products of your labor. I do like that aspect of it, but by God, is it boring. Hey Serenity, how are you? How's the underground farm coming along? Did you finish the last 2 floors? I have. I haven't finished as in like complete 100% done kind of thing, but I have. I'll show you because you asked. I have kind of like completed all the mechanisms, so it is now 100% operational. It's just, it looks ugly as hell at the moment. And it's been like that for like the last 3 or 4 streams. And that was just because I think I burnt myself out on this whole area. But yeah, basically the sugarcane farm is kind of done. I just need to finish the decoration around it. So that is getting all of the glass layer on this layer, making sure that all the outsides are nice, neat and tidy, that sort of thing, getting rid of like the granite, making the roof a little bit taller. So I've got a little bit left to do here, but the actual farm itself is done. So that's the sugarcane is done, like it's in place. Which is a nice feeling, but I'm not going to be working on that today. Instead of me completing a project, because we're what, like probably 90% complete on that project, maybe 95% complete. Instead of me completing a project for once, I thought I would start a brand new project. Well, I'm not starting, it's not starting a brand new project, but it is pretty much picking it up from zero work. Like, I've marked out the area of this thing with wool. That's about as far as I've got so far. Oh. So I thought we'd start something else instead of you know, completing the projects that I've already kind of got going. Because, you know, that's logical. That's how I like. That's just how I play Minecraft. I think I just have to accept the fact that I will rarely finish big projects. So no progress since the last lurk. I never ever finish anything. No, the last couple of streams has been adventure streams. So I've been kind of just adventuring. I went down to the deep dark. We did some. Yeah, we went down to the deep dark to loot an ancient city. I looted a couple of end cities. I looted a bastion. So I've been looting. I've just been doing like some adventuring and stuff like that over the last couple of streams, just because I needed that break, that change. I wanted to play adventure Minecraft rather than let's keep building and building and building. But since going out to the deep dark, the deep dark was terrifying, like actually properly terrifying. I think that's the scariest place I've been to in Minecraft, maybe a bastion. Bastions can be quite scary, but there are ways around, like breaking into bastions. You can do that safely. Whereas the deep dark, you cannot mine. If you mine, you break things. So you have to kind of like do certain things. And basically I ran out of wool and I thought, well, I've set up an area here that is supposed to be a sheep grazing area on the outside. Basically it's going to be like an open farmed area where the sheep can graze naturally across the across this kind of like area. That's where the barrier of the wool is, right? So I kind of wanted to do that. So work on the wall is like the second thing that we needed to do. Place the foundation, decoration, and then mark out the shepherd's hut. So that's kind of like what we want to do here. So today I want to work on this wall. I've got an idea on what I want to do it. I haven't really implemented it yet. We're going to need a lot of stone and a lot of cobblestone. But because we dug out that massive hole, we actually have those resources at hand. We can just go and get like a bunch of shulker boxes, fill them all up, and then just start this. So I've got all the... I don't need to go material hunting for the thing that I want to do today. I can just do it. And that's kind of like a nice little spurt of motivation was hit for me. It was like, actually, we could just do this, so let's do this. And also I want an automatic wool farm so I can go and do more adventuring. So we have had progress, just not on the sugarcane farm. I haven't had the motivation to complete that sugarcane farm yet. And I might, to be honest, I'm not closed to the idea of going back to that today and like finalizing the whole thing and just like doing that polishing touches. I'm not opposed to that. But I kind of want to work on the outside as well, because we haven't worked on the outside of the base for a while. Like, I think the last proper big work was the terraforming we did over there. Behind the bee farm, or the beekeeper's hut. So, I mean, you know, I've got all these tiny, small projects, and I'm slowly nibbling away at them. This should be about 6 to 7 weeks. Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I would like to think. I think the main thing that's putting me off at the moment is that... Get out of here. The main thing that's putting me off at the moment is that I'm just fed up of working with stone, which is ironic because this wall is going to be made out of stone and cobblestone, so I'm working with all the same materials. I'm just doing it in a different way. I did a lot of terraforming in the sugarcane farm, and that kind of came off of doing terraforming over here, right? So I've done a lot of terraforming very recently. Like, a lot of the main projects I've been doing has been terraforming projects. So instead of doing more terraforming, I'm going to actually do some construction work. But in order for me to do that, I needed to get rid of all of the trees, which I pretty much have done. I'm going to get rid of all of these vines as well. So I'm going to get some shears, and I'm actually going to shear the vines off instead of just going around and breaking them. Because you never know when vines might come in useful. Oh, but I don't have any shears in my box. I thought I did. I thought I had shears in that box. Maybe not. Ah, found them. At some point we need to like sort through those shulker boxes and put them away in places. Something else we do need to start considering is some form of a storage room, a storage center, because I am getting a lot of materials now. A lot of loot, and I kind of want to think of a better way of storing it. Right, let's put this away, this away. Right, let's go around and we're just going to chop as much of these vines off of the walls as I can find. Accidentally made a small vine farm here. That's going to grow into another tree. I will leave that to grow into the tree because I'll take the wood. I always wanted to build an auto sorter, but never made it. Next time I have motivation, I should do it. So I think my problem is with my auto sorter that I've done in the past, is the fact that you need like a chest for every single item in the game, and I'm very particular like that. I like to make sure I'm collecting every single item, but then I can't actually, you know, like that. Then it becomes like too big. The biggest auto sorter I ever built was in the Gemorium world, and that was pre 1.15, and it was huge. So I've not actually built an auto sorter after 1.15. I've never done it, and that's just because there's just too many items in the game now, and they keep adding items, and it's like, well, every time they add items, I have to build a new section. It's like, ugh. So I've got to think of a way of like having a modular sorting system that if they do add new items to the game, we just like open up a new section or something like that. And we can just like throw shulker boxes in a chest, and it just takes all the items out of the shulker boxes and then automatically goes around and sorts them all. I'm thinking of doing away with hopper minecarts, like a hopper minecart system, or a chest minecart system. I'm not quite sure yet, but like a whole like hopper minecart system where once a chest gets filled with stuff, it goes off around the whole system and then like kind of auto unloads everything into the right places. That'd be really cool. I like that idea, but I have a feeling that's going to be quite tiresome. And that will require a lot of engineering. Engineering that potentially I'm not going to be able to do well. Just built an auto sorter, taking all morning, but so worth it. Yeah, it'll be in modded. Yeah, it's worth it once it gets going, because then you just don't have terrible chests everywhere. Well, the thing is, the problem is with the design that I've always used for auto sorting. It's kind of out of date now. Like it's out of date because there's just too many items in the game. So if you did it the way that I've done it in the past, you just need like a really big area, and I kind of don't want that. I want like a medium-sized area, maybe like a central cavern with like chests all the way around, and it's just everything sorted out. The people that I need to kind of like take inspiration from is like Tango Tech or Impulse SV on the Hermitcraft series, because they seem to do a different sorting system every time, and it seems to be able to deal very well with the new items that are coming into the game. Okay, I think I've got rid of all the vines. How many vines did we get? Like 2.5 stacks? Not bad. Tempted to turn those just straight into the mossy cobblestone. I'm going to take off my glasses because my eyes. Let's finish my coffee, shall I? Ooh, that was nice. I think that's what I needed. Okay, so I think the best way to do it is to do it in sections. So we know this bit here needs to be like kind of the main gate, and I think I would like to make the main gate a little bit bigger. I say bigger, but like I would like to be able to make it so that we can walk through it quite well. So I'm going to leave that first. I think the first thing I'm going to work on, this is where it's potentially where it gets challenging. I think it's this bit around here, this red section. So I'm going to take up all this red wool, and then we're going to just start playing on this section. And I think the process that I'm going to do is I'm going to get combination of I'm actually going to take this down a little bit and just move this back so we don't have to do as much. But I'm going to use... Should I get rid of this? I think I should, shouldn't I? I know how to replicate this, so yeah, we'll get it. I do want to save the lava, though. Actually, no, we don't need to. We can make more lava. Get the redstone back. Redstone's important. Oops. Can you stop, please? Okay, so that's now all gone. That just saves, you know, a little bit of breathing room kind of thing. And I'm just going to work on this like section by section. We'll just kind of figure out little bits and bobs, and we're just going to start building the wall. And I think today my main goal is to get that wall started. I don't necessarily need to finish it, but we do have out here blocks like this that we can... I can take that and we can repurpose that over there. Can take this, repurpose that, and we can repurpose these. So like these shulker boxes I'm just going to repurpose, and that one as well. Perfect. So we were using that shulker box for the terraforming of the beekeeper's hut over there. Well, now we're doing this, so... And this bit of redstone can go in the redstone box. Actually, I will keep the wool in there. I don't know why I'll keep the wool in there, but I'm going to do it anyway, okay? Don't question it. There we go. Perfect. Actually, one of these is... Oh, maybe it isn't. Oh, that's over here. Okay. So I think the best way for me to do this is to start making the wall first. Now, the thing is with the wall, I want it to be mob-proof. Now, obviously, we can't stop spiders from getting in. No matter how big your wall is, spiders will always get in. And we can't stop Endermen getting in either. But I can stop creepers. I can stop... Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take these out, because I don't know I need to sort these. I can stop creepers. I can stop, like, other things as well. This is just all the loot that we got from the end. Not much, actually. And I'm just going to use just the stone and the cobble, I think. I'm not going to use, like, the tuff here. We'll leave that. The moss... I probably will use mossy cobblestone, actually, thinking about it. So, just in places. I think what I'm going to do first, we'll get the stairs. So we're going to make a stack of stairs. We'll make a stack of walls. Two stacks of slabs, and then we'll keep those like that. And we'll do the same with the stone. I think I will also make the stone brick walls too, just because I can. And maybe I should get some andesite in this as well, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. We'll kind of see how this feels. If it's feeling a little bit bare, we can add to it. And basically what I want to be able to see through the wall. So we're just going to start, like, throwing things down here. We'll just hope that it works. We need to be able to see through the wall whilst... What is that? We need to be able to see through the wall whilst still... seeing... while still stopping the mobs from getting out, escaping. A lot of this is gonna be trial and error, I believe. So do you kind of like see what I'm getting at here? This sort of a thing you can see through, and I'm kind of hoping that we can work with it like this kind of thing, while still making it look structurally sound. The reason why I want to be able to see through is because we're going to put decoration and stuff in here. Thing is, mobs will find a way of getting out as well, so... Will the fence with slabs on top stop a spider? I mean, they can't do regular overhangs, right? It might stop the spider, I'm not sure. But I think it's too difficult for me to stop spiders just in general. Like, while still making this look good, I'm okay with me not being able to, you know, get like 100% mob spawning. I think the thing that I absolutely want out of this is to make it look like it's flowing. Oh. Half slab the landscape. Oh, there goes the mower, lawnmower. I can hear it in the background. I reckon that's my dad that's broken into my back garden. He's now mowing the lawn. Interesting. Like little bits like this as well, like bits that just like stick out everywhere, just makes it look a little bit more interesting. This down here looks not very stable, so I'm gonna add like a slab to make it feel a little bit more, and then we can also like decorate around it as well, right? I'm experimenting here. There are bits where it doesn't look right, and I've got to be very careful to get this looking okay. Maybe we do just have like a half, like slabs over the top, just full stop. Right. What do we think so far? How are we feeling with it? It's not quite right. There's like this little thing, bits around there where it's just a little bit like, not sure. Meets the brief of giving you some vision. That it does. It sure looks weird. Yeah. Do you kind of see what I'm trying to do though? Like, I'm trying to do a broken wall. So this is my idea. If I have a look, so after this sort of a style wall, right? Let me show you guys. So I'm after this sort of a style wall, right? So the Peak District is filled with these sort of walls that kind of like just are made of like cobblestones and all sort of things. Not great at keeping people out because you can just climb over them nice and easy, but they look very pretty. Now, what I was after is kind of like a broken down version of this. So like it's deteriorated over age. That's kind of what I'm trying to envision here, but I also want to be able to see through it from the perspective of the player. So that's why we're getting all the holes and stuff in. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, is this sort of a thing. But I want to make sure that it is secure, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm aiming for. But maybe I'm leaving too many gaps, too many holes. Not using enough of the normal blocks. Yeah, so like this one, for instance, I think would be better as a... this, maybe? That sort of a thing. Other side covered by grass carpet. Focus 100% on style over function. I like the idea of doing this. I think there's definitely merit in this style of a wall. It feels unique, and it feels like... I feel like I'm getting somewhere with it, right? Like, I think at the moment I'm focusing too much on like the staircases. And it's too uniform at the top. So this section's looking better. Don't know if that mechanic still works. Neither do I. So like that sort of, I think what I need to do, I need to figure out what the rules of the wall is. I need to figure out the physics of the wall. So in places I do want like a big towering wall like this, and then in other places, you know, it needs to be a little bit smaller. It's okay for me to be able to jump over these bits, but mobs shouldn't be able to get up there. Okay, it's coming along. It's coming along. We're still in basic early mode, aren't we? So we're still figuring out little bits and bobs here, there, and everywhere. And of course I can use walls to kind of like connect up the little bits here, there, and everywhere, where it kind of looks a little bit odd, like that. 80 to 20 hole ratio would be better. I agree. So this it's looking better. It's good though. Like, I feel like I am starting to get a little bit of an idea on what I want it to look like. And I'll also add in like some mossy segments of the wall as well, so we can swap out some of the mossy the normal cobblestone with the mossy cobblestone. The number one mob to keep out is a creeper. Buried cats under the... No, because they make too much of a noise, so we're not doing that. Can you imagine? Meow, 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 meow. This. Like, all the time. That all the time. Can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine this all the time? With all the time. This. Just that. That's all you'd have. That's all you would have. That's all you would have! The warden, the skulker thing. That cats are only useful for one thing, and that is getting rid of creepers. But I will not do that at detriment to my own sanity. Thanks. But no thanks. And then in places like this, we should probably add this. And that sort of a thing, right? That is just a pit. Do you know what? Every so often we should probably have these, like, pillars, right? I'm also tempted to add in some more stone bricks too. Because I feel like that would, every so often, maybe just, instead of this, like that kind of thing. Just breaks up the cobblestone texture we've got going. There we go. There we go. Okay. It's coming along. It's coming along. I'm liking it. And again, I feel the need to do something like this. Something else we can do, because the way that the walls work now, we can kind of like do these little things. So we can add the the wall in place. Actually, I'm not so keen on that. I think actually maybe the way that the walls used to be, where they didn't like kind of connect up like that, might have been better. No, maybe not. Hey, Sign, how's it going? Oh, that, you can't have that there. That's got to be a block, because mobs can walk over the top and then through it. Bit moist, warm. Uh-oh. Right, let's do the next section. Dark grey section. And the only reason why we have multicolored wool in the boundary element is because I didn't have enough of a single type of wool, so there's not actually a reason behind that. It's coming along, it's coming along. Like, gaps like that do make it look weird. I did get rid of a lot of the slab gaps. But, I think you can kind of like hide it with the fence posts. And maybe this, like, just this section of the wall is just a little bit more run down than the rest. I can't get over this, can I? No, good. So if I can't get over it, then mobs can't get over it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But yeah, it brings the height of the wall down in places, and I like the look of that. So a little bit concerning is that bit there. I mean, I can get over that, but can mobs get over it? That's the big question. We'll figure it out. I think, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to release the sheep. We'll get like some wheat or something, and I'm just going to walk around the entire perimeter with the, like, on the wall, and just hope that they can't escape. Although, that being said, I need to be on the other side of the wall, maybe? Or maybe we have, like, 2 sheep, one on this side, one on the other side, and we just try and breed them. See if they'll breed. I'm very much enjoying this at the moment, by the way. Yeah, it looks a little bit more deteriorated there, which is kind of what I want. That's what I want. I want these, like, I do want bigger gaps like this, where it's kind of almost looks like it's holding itself up precariously, like it's going to topple over at any minute. Okay, so that's precarious. Get rid of that. Okay, let's chop down some more, shall we? How are we feeling at the moment with it? Like, do you kind of get what I'm envisioning? Or am I just like grasping at straws here and it looks weird? I think at the beginning it was looking weird, but I think it's starting to look a little bit better now. This is a long piece of wall that we're going to do next. I'm going to go up to there, because I think the rest of this is all like red wool all the way around there. Oh, wait. I don't want to have too many places where the stairs pick up like that. Anytime I put down one of these on top of a whole block, I need to cover it with a slab, otherwise you can get past it. You must have the strimmer going now. I can hear something. It's a bit of a slow process, I'm not gonna lie. But I think it will be worth it in the end. What does it look like from the inside here? This is another thing. I've got to make sure that it's like mob proof in both directions. just kind of like placing random things down. I'm seeing if I can get into a better build habit by doing bit by bit like this, maybe. Oh, mobs. Perfect. Perfect test. They can't see me for one. I know I can get up. Ah! I know I can get up here. Oh, maybe I can't get up there. No, I can get up. Can you get up? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like they can get on top at all, which is good. Right, if I'm here, can you reach me now? No. So it looks like it's working. It's definitely mob-proof, which is good. I don't know if all sections of this are mob-proof. But I have a feeling that it is. I generally have a feeling it's not. Now, of course, if a creeper was there, it would just blow up, right? But okay. It's a good sign. Just trying to like beef things up in places just makes it look a little bit nicer, I think. Okay. No idea where that struck. I think it hit my house, but it's fine. Right, let's go and get some shears again. I think I'm just going to keep the shears in my inventory, honestly. And we're just going to go around. We'll do the next little segment. It's coming along. Okay, I'm enjoying this, actually. This is one of those tasks that I generally didn't think that I would be enjoying, but I am. You can piss off. You dick. I hate you. Bah. Okay, we need some more dirt so we can fill in that thing. Actually, maybe filling it in with stone is probably better, because then if a creeper blows up in that exact same location, you're not just like losing grass. But well. I mean, the answer is don't let the creeper blow up. There we go. Nice and simple. What creeper? What creeper? No. Okay, this needs to be improved. Just need to finish off the last little touches. I can't do it while I know there's a creeper nearby. Oh, come on, Womble. Fucking idiot. Creepers have obviously blown up in this place so many times. It's very frustrating. Skeletons aren't as annoying. Might need to swap my swords out, actually. Hey, K-Vic, how's it going, my dude? Howdy, y'all. What's up, nerd? What have you been up to? We are making a wall. Oh, now I've got phantoms? Okay, I think there's only one thing for me to do. Sleep, exactly that. Yes, exactly that. Like normal creepers and things and, you know, like zombies I can deal with, but then when it comes to the phantoms, they're just irritating. They're not difficult, they're just irritating. Okay, let's So again, if you are wondering what I'm kind of working on here, I'm working on a wall for what is going to be a sheep enclosure, and it's basically going to go around this entire area here, and there'll be free roaming sheep on the inside, and on the outside is all the nasty little mobs that we don't want getting in. Apart from spiders, I'm not going to be able to stop spiders from getting in because they're dicks. They can climb walls. A water lift to my over-ocean mob dropper. Nice. Do you know what I don't have? I don't have a mob farm. We've said this before. And it's continually on my list of things that I need to do, but I just haven't done it yet. I'm going to leave that gap there. Because in theory, nothing can get in, but it kind of looks like the wall's deteriorated a little bit there, right? I don't think sheep will be able to escape. They might be able to escape onto that block. One block overhang on the outside of the wall. That's what pretty much everyone has been saying, is to have that one block overhang. However, I think it would ruin the aesthetics I'm trying to go for here. So I'm trying to go for a ruined wall approach. So hence the way that I'm building it. This is one of the taller segments of it. But I want to be able to walk around the perimeter and see into the farm. Hence why there's like all these little gaps and things like that. And an overhang, I think, would disrupt that maybe. Actually, I don't want that there. Why? What am I? So yeah, the overhang would absolutely kind of make that feel a little bit. Well, I don't know. I think it would take away from the vision that I'm after. Maybe not. Maybe I'm talking shit, but I do like that. There's just like a gap there now. Yeah, it would be too bulky for such a short wall. The whole point is that it's a low-hanging wall. It's not... I mean, realistically, what the wall is, it's like this kind of thing. That's effectively what it is, but I'm making it look nicer. And with a little bit more detail. Like, it's just like a wall that goes around like that with little holes and segments. Actually, maybe I should just use these blocks. Maybe I should just use the wall pieces. Just not have them connect there or something like that, right? Has the same effect. Mobs can't get through it. But I think this looks better, and it will look better on a bigger scale. So it's bigger than just like the normal wall blocks, but yeah. The wall blocks being an area that was repaired later. That's a really cool idea. I like that, actually. Well, do you know what? I was thinking of having like an area that had completely deteriorated around the front way. So this is the bit that's tracked through the most, right? So this is the bit that's going to get the most repair, because this is the front of it. So I'm thinking of having like wooden fencing through bits of this, and like it being wooden in places, and you can see the visual places where it's been repaired. And I'm also going to change up some of the cobblestone with mossy cobblestone as well to make it look a little bit more deteriorated. And we're also going to blend it in with like the floor. So at the moment, all I'm doing is I'm kind of like building the rough outline of the wall all the way around, and then we'll kind of like add the finer details later on. But yeah, that's an interesting idea. I like the idea of having like a repaired segment that is just very uniform and looks a lot newer. I like that. I'll have to keep that in my head. Maybe the repaired segment could be made out of like a different type of stone, so like granite or something. Would they have made a fence on a cliff edge? Bear with me. So, the inspiration that I've kind of got for this sort of a build, you can't quite see it here. You can't quite see it in this image here, but in a place called the Peak District in Derbyshire, you've got these sort of walls that have been placed years and years and years, and they've kind of like deteriorated, and you do get these on cliff faces, and it's basically to stop the sheep from wandering off into like a ditch, a cliff kind of thing. It's protecting the sheep rather than stopping things from getting in. Probably a couple of 100 years, maybe, yeah. But yeah, this is the sort of idea that I've got in my head, and then what we're going to have inside this enclosure is like maybe a little hut like this under a tree, something very similar to what's in this image, and that'll be the shepherd's hut. It's going to be a very simple build, but then the tree will be the thing that really pulls it in. And this is like kind of the inspiration I've got for these sort of builds, like very farmy, like little bit in ruins, that sort of stuff, right? I want to see if there's one of like a cliff face, but you do get them in the Peak District quite a lot. I mean, they're all over the place. They are all over the place. Ooh, that's cool. I like this idea. House, woodland, stream, pink colors, all that. I like that. I'm going to use that for a different day. But yeah, it's these sort of things, like a broken down wall kind of thing. I don't really get artsy with your stuff. I do. Like, I'm finding a lot of joy from doing it this way. Also, rock climber. That's me, by the way. There's this ongoing joke. Here we go. This is the sort of thing that I'm talking about. So here, like, you can kind of see where these sort of like, I might implement some form of like stone, like some ladder system to get over these walls and things like that for like the farmer or the shepherds to get over. But yeah, these sort of walls where they're like really high ground with like the cliffs in the background. So this is the sort of thing that I want, that I'm trying to be building. There's the cliff face, look, and then there's a wall that runs right along the edge. So that's the sort of stuff that I've got in my head, and that's kind of what I want to do. Hey, Valentina. Valentina's gone now. These walls usually fall over halfway and then have debris on the sides. Yeah, so we that'll be part of the decoration segment. We will have debris around like the broken parts of the wall. But even through the broken segments of the wall, I want the wall to be functional. So that's where my personal challenge is coming in, is the fact that I want this to be a functional wall. Okay, so now we've got a challenging bit because we're going up here to prevent sheep from getting into that segment. And I might bring the wall round this way, so it's like really close to this edge here. And at some point I'll probably terraform this cliff face, the visible part of the cliff face. I probably will do that at some point, just like terraform all this. Very similar to how I terraformed the cliff over there, kind of thing. Which you can't really see because of the beacon in the way, but you know what I mean. Right, let's get the red part of the wall here, and then we're going to just connect up the red bits with the dark grey. Right, I think this segment I'm going to have to, I'm kind of forced into a position where I've got to build tall because of the terrain changes. Because, for instance, they can get over that. Like, mobs can absolutely 100% get over this. They won't be able to do that. Post a Mk image? Of course you can. Oh, nice, dude. That's pretty impressive. That's impressive. That's a big project. That's a big project. Do-do. And I am just trying to be as random as possible with it, I realize. Okay, so I wanted this bit to be a little bit taller. Because if you're walking in from this side, you want to make sure that you can see that wall first. We've got a broken bit segment there. And that, I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit weird, but we'll decorate around this to, I think, make that look better. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all of this grey wool here. And we'll do the grey segment. I'm going to get rid of that bit as well because we're going to change where the wall goes from where this grey wool is, just to give us a little bit more room. I'm getting into a little bit more of like a process now with what I'm doing, and it's feeling better. I do like these every so often, these sort of segments where it just like pops up. Ah, I didn't connect. That's okay. Yeah, I'm really enjoying building this. Like, it's a slow process, I will give you that. But it feels like progress, really. Like, I feel like I'm making positive change. I just have to keep like checking that I can't walk over all of this. Oh, uh-oh. Potentially could get over that bit there. So I'm just gonna build that up a little bit, yeah. Every so often I just have to like change the way that I do this sort of a build. Maybe not that. I think we're about to get tested on the wall again. Okay, so that is bad because they can get over that. So we need to put a slab on here. I need to just remember to put slabs on top of the walls. Wall blocks that are stood on top of other blocks. Almost tempted with this bit to be the bit that's like completely deteriorated and had to be replaced actually. Or maybe like a bit at the back down here. Here's another image from the center looking at back. Nice. That looks cool, man. Like, it's definitely bigger than I've ever been able to build. Like, in Minecraft, I've never had the tenacity to build like big projects like that before. So, well done. Okay, well, okay, so I knew he was going to be able to get over that, but that told me that he couldn't get around any other bit. It's working. The fence is working. I think we're good. I think we're good. is living out of one of the satellite towers. Nice. I don't know where it went. They went down there, look. They got stuck. Well, I guess next process is get rid of the white wool, and we'll do this entire segment. I do want my bow, though. This was a playthrough I was doing with your sister. Oh, nice, man. It's very, very, very Minecraft in, like, 2012 kind of thing. It looks good. I like it. It looks like you've put a lot of effort into it. It's the old texture of wheat, I think, that gets me on that. The old texture of wheat. I do kind of miss the old texture of wheat. Glass balcony so that the grass would still grow under. Let me have a look at that again. So the wheat. Oh yeah. Got you. Nice. Looks good. Yeah, so you've got a wall design there that is fairly similar to like the idea that I had, but I'm kind of like making it more. Uh-oh. So how did you get in? Or did he spawn on this? He could have spawned there? But potentially there's a way in on the other side, and I've missed it. I can't get onto it. So where was he? He was here. Oh. That's how he got on there. Dingus. Womble forgot to add. I literally left a step there. Okay. Have I done that anywhere else? I don't think so. Actually, it might just be worth just going... like that. There we go. He shouldn't be able to get on now. Of course, this whole thing unravels if an Enderman places down like a grass block next to the wall. Okay, I'm definitely considering... I'm gonna go and empty out my inventory so I don't have loads of junk in. I'm definitely considering looking into getting like a mod to stop Enderman griefing, because it's those sort of things that really like just, it's killing the game a little bit, because, well, it's not killing the game, that's an exaggeration, but doesn't matter how like perfect I make a build, it seems like the Endermen just ruin it. And there's no way to stop them. Just put all my junk in one chest. Sorry about that. So I mean, I need to like chop up some more stair pieces, slabs, that sort of a thing. I've got loads of sticks. Where did I get all the sticks from? This is going to be a huge villager super block building like in Cyberpunk, but only got through the first floor. Here, let's have a look. Oh, nice. Yeah, it looks cool, man. It looks cool. Okay. I think you could do quite a cool, like, cyberpunk style with the deep slate blocks now. Does the setting to turn off entity griefing turn off Enderman moving blocks? Potentially, yes, it will. However, the problem that I've got with that is it will also turn off creepers blowing up. And I don't really want to turn off the creepers blowing things up because I feel like there is a very easy way of stopping creepers from blowing up, and that is just by kind of watching them, like killing them in a safe manner and doing that sort of stuff. Really? Really? Like, they're not even trying anymore. Those messages are not even, they're not even trying. The fact that account was created on the 1st of May. Like, why? Like, they must have a verified account. And waited in the chat for like 10 minutes before posting that? I don't get that. I don't know. I don't get how those bots work. Maybe it's just like an automatic thing. Oh no, I'm out of shears. Okay, well that's fine. We'll do this next a little bit. I think I will put it on this base here, and then but underneath it, I'm gonna turn into like the cobblestone and stone, and we'll just have like cobblestone and stone going the whole way. There's one of them now. There's one of them now. I see you. Yeah, come back here. Oh, shit. I came unprepared. He's below me. Okay. Okay, well, the wall is working, so that's good. Get out of here! No! 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 You're not allowed! Give me back my goddamn sodding bricks! My blocks! Well, that shows you that the wall worked because he couldn't get past. That being said, he could have just teleported into the wall if he really wanted to. I know, I'm using a pick to break down the dirt, but I don't care. This is more a matter of just like making it look. Was that another one, or was that just on your game? Was what another one? Enderman? I've only seen one. I've only done one Enderman. I can't see another. So it might be on your game. I do need... So, like, once I've done the wall, I will then go around and do the detailing of the wall, because I've got an idea on how the detailing and stuff can work. A little bit worried by this. I think they probably can get over that. If I do that... Oh, yeah, no, then of course they can. Yeah, we'll just bring that up a little bit more. And that looks weird, but let's make it so it blends in a little bit more. There we go. Looks good. Just like going around now and just like kind of making it a little bit thicker in the wall segments, I guess. Think this is okay. Oh, maybe not actually, because if you can get up onto there, then you should be able to get onto that. So maybe we do just need this little segment. It's all the same height there. So Minecraft no longer makes streams or videos lag, kind of like the feature, so you know when Minecraft started. That's true cheering. Do you know what? I hadn't thought of that. Like, when did that implement a thing? I don't know. That must have been the last update. That must have been in the very last update. I hadn't quite twigged on yet either, so yeah. Well spotted. I like that because at this rate that's never going to connect onto anything, but I will. There we go. It'll connect onto that. So this is an interesting segment here because I've kind of done a repeat pattern. It's still Can't get past it, which is good. I'm a little bit worried that I'm losing that kind of up and down flowiness, so maybe we need to add like a little bit of height somewhere. Not sure. Maybe it's just because it's all on like the same kind of level, but it all looks like it is the same level all the way across, right? It doesn't like kind of take a dip and it doesn't build up, so maybe we need to make it build up. That's what we need to do. So add like little bits on here, there, and everywhere, right? I think that's what this segment is missing, is just like these little added bonus bits. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Just spreads it out a little bit, gives it a little bit more of a... Oh, that looks weird though. I'm not doing that. Whoops. There we go. Now it's kind of like got a more of a wave going on it. I might go and get a drink in a sec. Can you get up? Can you get up? Okay, so you can get up on the wall. Okay, well that doesn't necessarily count. Design looks like it's coming together. It's definitely feeling a lot more fluid. Ideally what I want to do on these bits here, I want to replace this with cobblestone or brick or whatever. No. Yeah, the design's definitely coming together, Discount. It's feeling a little bit more cohesive in places. Ladder is just too slow. Well, I will want to figure out ways of getting up over this for the player, but not for the mobs, right? So ladders might be the thing. Okay, so now we've got this white segment to do. I think he's trying to path to me. So it shows you, I mean, it shows you that it's working, right? Like he is trying to path to me. Has he found a route through? He's broke line of sight. Yeah. He can't get in. That's awesome. So it's definitely working. I'm making the water column with, I think, the soul sand at the bottom to lift you up. Like... Ow. Like this. So soul sand down at the bottom and it bubble elevator. So I have that one of those running all the way through my sugarcane farm here. So what? That was more than I was expecting to be in there. It's going to be overflowing very, very, very soon. So I have that going all the way up my sugar cane farm here, and you can kind of see it there, right? So the sugar cane bounces up from like Y level 0, something like that, up until Y67. So it goes quite high, goes quite far. I'm gonna have to trade some of that sugar cane. for paper. Do you sell paper? You do buy paper. Nice. Is he he's the unbreaking guy, right? Yeah. Oh, it's unbreaking 2 though. Not unbreaking 3, but I do need unbreaking 2 on my helmet. It's interesting that this mob farm is spawning witches. I think witches will spawn in generic mob farms. They just don't spawn overly, like, I think the spawn rate is like 0.01%, something like that. Someone else will be able to tell me if I'm correct on that. Turing's usually pretty good with those sort of things. So he might be able to tell me if I'm right with that. But yeah, witches will spawn in general mob farms. It all depends on like your killing system though. So if you're using like say magma blocks for instance, witches can make it so that they have fire resistance so they don't actually die from the magma block. Oh, he couldn't get in until he teleported. You're killing them with the sword for the XP, yeah, so you should be able to get redstone from that. I mean, there'll be a small amount of redstone, but you'll be able to get a bit of redstone from your mob farm, which is quite cool. So, I mean, if you did, like, drop kills, you'd get redstone and glowstone and glass bottles and... Actually, if you kill them, and you kill them, like, straight away, you might even get potions. Depending on, like, the circumstances that you're killing them, because witches will spawn potions under different circumstances. So if they are on fire, they will do fire resistance potions. If they want to poison you for whatever reason, they will drop poison potions, and so on and so forth. So if you hit them multiple amounts of times, they'll have a damage potion. So that's why you have damage resistance. Probably because they're taking multiple different types of damage. But there are mechanics where you can make the witches kind of give you different potions. It's just that I don't know what the mechanics are, so I can't like say, oh, you have to do this and you have to do this. I've never really looked into witch mob farms for witches. I've never really looked into them. Right, I'm going to be back in a sec. I'm going to go and get a drink of water. I realise I've kind of like been BRB a few times. This is now the third time I've been BRB, but this is going to be a proper break. I'm going to get something to drink, I'm going to get something to eat, and I'll be back shortly. So bear with me. Sup, I'm back. Yeah, shipbreaker music. I really like the soundtrack. The OST is pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. I needed a drink of water, and then I thought, you know what, I also want some more coffee. So instead of making a normal coffee, it's quite warm out, I've got an iced coffee. Iced coffee, there we go. in a tumbler. Oh, no, it's not good though. It's not a good one. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah. It wasn't a good one. Maybe I didn't get it quite right. Too much coffee, I think. Not enough, like, water. It's because usually I would do it with sparkling water, and that's, like, really good. But, I did it with flat water, still water, and it's not quite... Yeah, it's fine. I have hot coffee. Might also be a bad decision, as you say. It's warm. It is very warm. That's why I wanted an iced coffee. I've been drinking iced drinks, like, all day today. Like, I've had so much, like, iced water and... No! No! Give it me back! Give it me back! What have you taken? You take a fucking flower? I didn't know that they could do that. Where is he? Thank you. Since when have they been able to take flowers? Oh. Since when have they been able to do that? Have they always been able to do this? No idea? I thought it was like a piece of my stone, like, wall that he'd picked up and moved. Then I was going to be really pissed off, but I thought I saw like a piece of stone. I'm like, no, give it back. Oh, there's another one. I saw him. They're everywhere. They're like the plague. He's taken grass. You are everywhere. Get away from me. Out to pick a flower. And then you murdered them. I know, right? Just out there to collect dirt and flowers, and I just brutally murder them. Have I got a stack of ender pearls now? Nice. That's good. Okay, let's go and get some more shears. I'm going to move these a little bit closer because they're getting far away and it's bugging me. Oh, of course I've got no actual room for this garbage. Yeah. We will put those in here. There we go. Now I should be able to pick everything up. Nope. Still can't. Have I seriously... Do I not have any storage room? How do I not have any storage room? Here, we'll put that in there. We'll put the wool in there. That's a good idea. We'll put the grass blocks in there. There we go. Now I can pick it up. Hey Buzz, how's it going, my dude? Okay, so I missed some. Oh, that's so annoying. Gets everywhere. Vines. Now, I never have space for my garbage. This is very true. Like, no matter what I do, I never have space in my inventory. I never have space in storage. I've just got too much junk everywhere all the time. But me building like this is actually helping. So I'm kind of proud of myself. All right, let's get rid of the rest of this white wool around here. And then we will build the wall round. Right, we'll build it up to here. Oh, there's more vines! Vines, they get everywhere! They get everywhere. It's looking good. I'm really enjoying this. Like, this is looking like a good little thing. I need a giant sorter warehouse. Dude, I do need one of those. I'm scared to start that project because I know that is going to be a big project. Number one, I need to design a giant warehouse, right? I need to be able to design like this giant warehouse for storage, and that's something that I just haven't. I don't have an idea on what I want yet. So it's very difficult for me to design something when I don't have the full specifications. Placing those down so I kind of know where the blocks are gonna go. Cool. We're gonna do something a little bit. Okay, so I need to try and bring this down a fraction. Maybe this is where the broken part could be. Almost like the broken part of the wall. We still want to make it functional, right? So this segment here is going to be like a broken part of the wall, I think. We still want to make it. But I don't want to make it float. That would be bad. Okay, that coffee isn't as bad as what my initial taste of it was. So I think we're safe. Just need to be very aware that in places mobs can kind of like get onto the wall, but as long as they can't get through the wall, then we're okay. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit of a tiring project, but I think once we get it finished, it'll be worth it. Yeah, perfect. Baby zombies might be able to get through this. No, they won't. They won't be able to. Because that's only one block tall. And then they've got to get like in between this bit. I'll tell you what can get through it. Endermites. Endermites will be able to get into that space there, I think. We'll find out in a sec. I'm going to spawn an endermite. Not that we really need to defend the wall against endermites, do we? Because there's not really anything that will naturally spawn. And endermites we can just kill, so maybe I don't need to worry myself with endermites. Just trying to organize things. I don't have very many cobblestone walls left, so maybe we should turn some of this cobblestone into cobblestone walls. There we go. What else don't I have left? I guess the stone brick walls, but we're not using them that much. He says as he placed a stone brick wall. Not so keen on that bit. I think I just need like an additional piece to join onto that. That makes all the difference. And can we get on there? I don't think so. Trying to figure out how to keep the bottom of the water column from spilling out. The bottom of your water column from spilling out. Do you mean a dorm? Probably. Do you mean so you know my water column there, the one that I showed you? Do you want me to show you how I did that? I can show you a few mechanics for water columns and like water source blocks to kind of like hold things in. Oh no! No way! What? An Enderman has been in here. An Enderman has been in my fucking house. Oh, the cheek. Okay, we need to get rid of Enderman griefing. We need to. I need to. That's something that I need to do. So here, I've got a column of water that's just there, right? So this is all water source blocks the whole way up. Okay, Vic? So this is water source blocks the whole way up. Here is a glass pane. So this is a glass pane. Hold on, let me. I'll be able to show you a little bit better if I turn off. Bear with me. Where is it? There is other maybe. There is a glass thing. How do I turn off the glass thing on Optimine? Better glass is off. Fast, fancy. Oopsie, turned it off. Connected textures. I think you're right. Okay, so there you can see it. So the glass panes are either side of the water source, which holds the whole thing in. So that stops it from kind of going everywhere. The reason why I want it down at the bottom is so that I can drop down, right? And splash into the water, which I never do. So that's how I've done it here. We've got glass panes going all the way around. But because I've got that's grass. I'm dyslexic, I apologize. But because I've got the connected textures on, it basically makes it nice and smooth so you can't really see the glass at all. But it is there. Just use brick deep slate. But you need a door, right? A way of getting in. So I mean that's the way that I've used here. So you just walk into the corner and you get up nice and easy. So that's the way that I've used. Now there are other ways to hold in water sources, and there are a few things that you might not have thought of. Discount mentioned one, and that is trapdoors. So trapdoors. So let's do that one first, because I think that one's the easiest one to kind of explain. Well, actually, there's also slabs, right? So you can also like slab up a water source. So you can have so this slab here will stop a water source from spreading to here, all right? The problem with slabs is that you have to really like build it up. Trapdoors would look pretty cool. There's a few different ways that you can get for this sort of thing. Actually, it might be easier for me to go into a creative mode for this, but I'll try and do it to the best of my ability. So let's get the trapdoor method. because I think the trapdoor is kind of a way that I would probably recommend myself. It can look quite nice, but it's quite expensive. So for trapdoors, so imagine you've got your water source block. We'll say the water source block starts with this cobblestone here. So that's where you've got your soul sand. You've got trapdoors that kind of go up, up, up like this. And then... bear with me. Fence gates. Yeah, that was going to be one of my suggestions. So... imagine for whatever reason you've got like a little gap here, right? So you've got an air pocket in here that you can get to. This is water source blocks. You can get into that. If you hit crouch, you can walk into this space with the trapdoors, and then you would go up the elevator. So that's one way of getting in. Turing, you use fence gates. Fence gates, that's a good idea. Let's go and show you how that would work. Fence gates would work a little bit better. You can power fence gates and you can power trapdoors as well. So you can set up like a little redstone circuit if you wanted to get fancy. I would probably suggest not. So trapdoors is one way where you can get in. Nice and easy. Let's show the fence gates way. So the way that I don't like about the fence gates is that you do have to kind of, so this and this on top, so you can go in, fence gate, like that. But then, you know, mobs can follow you through that. So if you did that and then went up, a mob that has followed you in, they can follow you up and they can go up as well, right? So if you're trying to escape mobs, not great. The trapdoors at least has that against it. Another way, now this is thinking a little bit out of the box. Okay, Vic. Let's get rid of the fence posts. So we've got trapdoors, we've got fence posts. You could use just a normal door as well. A normal door would work. You can do that. This isn't the out of the box idea, but you could do like a door and literally just open it and walk in, you know? Again, a mob can follow you through that. The out of the box method, and I'm gonna see if I've got some. I should have some somewhere. And it's a method I've never actually used myself, but I do like the idea of. Just bear with me. Let me see if I can find them. Maybe I don't have any there. I wonder if I've got some in my redstone box. I do. So, honey blocks. The thing is with honey blocks, they are technically not a full block. So if you had the water source with the bubble vapor on the inside of the bubble vapor on the inside there, if you walked into that corner, technically you are inside the bubble vapor and you go up the honey block. So the honey block would work as well. Now obviously you can't decorate that as well, but it's a little bit out of the box way of doing it if you don't want to see the water itself and you just want, like, I think the honey block looks pretty nice, but yeah, that is a way of doing it. You can do like the water, you can do it with that. Personally, I like the trapdoor method. Would those snow blocks you fall through works? Powdered snow might work, yeah. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. I've not tried it with powdered snow. That's a cool idea. I mean, we would have to test it, really, right? So yeah, there's multiple different methods that you can do to use it, and there's ones that you can do that I haven't mentioned. But those are kind of like the most common. The trapdoor. So the disadvantage with the trapdoor method is that you have to crouch to get into it. There's no other way that you can do that. But no other mob can follow you in apart from baby zombies. Baby zombies can follow you in through that. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. Not too recent with Vanilla MC. Can you place padded snow blocks? Yes. With buckets, it's painful. Yeah, you've got to get like bucketed powdered snow. You've got to capture it with buckets. It's painful, but it's an interesting idea. It's an interesting concept. Aren't creepers short? Yes, they are shorter. So they will fit inside that space there. So if you have a trapdoor on the top, the creeper will be able to get into this space. The creeper is the same size as the player, right? So the player can get underneath the trapdoor, but normal mobs can't. So like a zombie and a skeleton can't. If you have another trapdoor underneath there, the creeper won't be able to get in. So we can crouch, so we can get into this space, but the creeper cannot move past that block. That is impassable. So yes, creepers are short. They are shorter than other mobs like skeletons and zombies, which are 2 blocks high. A creeper is like 1.8. The same. I think it's the exact same as the player. So the creeper is the exact same size as the player. Then Endermen, as we know, are 3 blocks tall, so that's easy to think around. Like, that's an easy system to get around. A baby zombie is like 1 and a bit blocks tall. Actually, there might just be a block tall. I can't remember. Somebody will be able to correct me on that. I think it's just 1 block. I think that's exactly 1 block tall. There's a mob that is 1 and a bit block. Oh, maybe it's the spider that's 1 and a bit. Don't know. You can crouch under a slab too. Yes, you can. You can crouch under the slab too. Oh, another method actually that I haven't spoken about. If you don't want to bother with any form of door system at all, if you just wanted to walk in and not bother about a door, put down a pressure plate. If you just like put down a pressure plate there and then maybe like a sign on the other side, or maybe just 2 signs, you can hold back the water. You have 2 signs in the way. Or you could have 2 signs facing into the... Well, actually, maybe that wouldn't work like that. Actually, maybe you could. Can you walk through the chain signs? I've not made one yet, so I don't know. The new signs that you get. So there are definite ways of doing it. Okay, Vic. It depends how you want the mob system to work. So you don't have to use the trapdoor. If you wanted the thing to be open all the time and you just walk into it whenever you want to, without any fear, if you don't have any fear of mobs following you, instead of using the fence gates, I would use a signpost. Personally, I would use signposts. So, yeah. Yeah, the thing is with the gates, like, the spruce gates are good because you can see the water, but you may as well just use a door at that point. You could put down, you can also now, in this version of Minecraft, you can put down, I don't have any. You can put down rails, because they can be waterlogged now. So they won't get blown away. So you can put down minecart rails on the floor and water won't go past it. So yeah, there's a bunch of different ways that I still haven't, spoken about. This is looking good. I definitely need some form of texture in it. Color. So that'll be the green, I think. And I think... I don't know, we'll see. I think, actually, the color comes from the actual farm and the backdrop of the farm itself. So we're going to have, maybe a big tree overlooking it on this part here. This whole area I really want to turn into an overhang and really make it look like it's really cut out in places. Right, let's keep working on this. Ah! There's more! There's more vines! There's more! Let's keep working on it. Yeah, you can crouch underneath a slab. That's correct. I think I might have already answered that. I don't remember. It's a slow process building this wall, but it's coming along, so I'm quite pleased. I do have them. They're there. I was trying to look for the what's it slabs. But I couldn't find them. So how is everyone today? I've not really asked you guys that yet. Like, what have you guys been doing? What have you guys been up to? As some of you might be aware, I've had a bit of a hectic week. I don't know if you guys were here. Anyone who was here at the beginning of Wednesday's stream, I kind of explained everything in a little bit more depth. Right, let's get through the dark. The dark grey, or the normal grey wool. Yeah, I've had a bit of a tough week. Oh no, there's more of it? It's everywhere, it gets everywhere. Fucking vines, man. It literally, like, everywhere. Like, you leave one piece. It's like glitter, yes. Oh, believe me, I know about that. I'm really trying to, like, bring it down now into more of a broken pieces and... think that doesn't actually connect up, but it kind of looks like it does from here, so Like from far away, it looks like it kind of does connect, so it's fine. Self-replicating glitter. Yeah, no. I mean, glitter is already self-replicating. We know this. Like, it is a proven science. Again, every so often, I'm just gonna have like these random pillars that are just here in this in this segment, because I'm thinking we definitely need like a more of a broken down approach to bits of it. Now, logistically, we're just not gonna be able to do that as much, maybe. Yeah, I'm liking this at the moment. Okay, so let's take the green bit and we're going to make this a little bit taller, I think. So this green segment is going to be a little bit more bigger, a little bit more built out, a little bit more stronger looking. There we go. I mean, that looks okay. I'm not so keen on that at the top. So maybe we take that off, put this back on. A too high wall is probably all you need, really. Let's be honest. If you put an example, always cobble on top, it could give a nice uniform structured look to the wall. I'm trying not to go for a uniform structure just yet, Turing, but that is a good idea. Maybe not all always cobble on the top all the way around, but maybe you have like these segments where it is literally just like cobble on the top kind of thing. And it's kind of, I mean, at the moment I'm a little bit unsure about the back there, but I think a lot more of this will it'll look better like as I'm doing the detailing as well. So I'm eyeballing it at the moment, but yeah, those sort of rules are a good idea to kind of keep in my mind. So yeah, not necessarily always cobble on the top, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a good idea to think about that and start implementing it, kind of thing. At the moment, I'm going for more of a rustic, random feel, because the type of walls that I've got envisioned in my head do feel like this. They feel like people have just randomly put all sorts of stones of all shapes and sizes in place. I have snacks, by the way, next to me. And again, like, the wall here is only a small... Okay, well, it turned daytime. The wall is only a small segment of what this build is going to be, so I don't want to overcomplicate the wall. I'm just trying to make it look rustic, because what will help the wall get tied in is everything that's going on around it. So the shrubbery, the bushes, the kind of like the rubble that is fallen off from the walls, different segments. So we spoke about maybe this segment over here, we reinforce it with like a wooden structure. So maybe like an entire segment of the wall has been replaced and we place in like spruce and dark oak or something. You know, those sort of things that potentially we don't, that we will won't be able to see until all of this area is kind of like terraformed as well. This is only like step 1. So if we have a look at our 4-step process here, part 2 is work on the wall, then 3 is place foundation decoration. So the foundation decoration will include like naturally spawned trees. There'll be boulders in between like these segments here to break up the grey, I guess. And I think the wall replacement segment will be over here, because in the background there's going to be more grey, so we need to be able to break up the difference between the greys of the wall and the grey of the stone brick at the background, right? So like it needs to look cohesive all the way through, and there are ways in my head that I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah, if attackers came from the hill, it would make sense that they've enforced it here, this sort of area. Maybe this is where it's crumbled the most because it got neglected because of the natural barrier that you've got. So this has been neglected the most, and then all of a sudden someone's thought, actually, we need to reinforce this. So like it's like little things like that I've got to think about while I'm making it. Instead of like thinking, well, let's always put cobblestone on the top, the way I'm thinking is, right, how has the wall deteriorated over time? How have they managed to reinforce the wall? Like, how are they protecting the sheep? Because this isn't necessarily a protection from attackers as well, right? Like, you don't build these sort of walls to, like, I wouldn't build a wall like this to protect the sheep from attackers. It's more from wildlife, right? So you're trying to protect the sheep from like naturally grazing wolves and other things that would maybe attack the sheep as a whole. So like you're protecting the livestock more than anything, and more importantly, you want the livestock to remain where they are. You don't want them to wander out. So like the wall is doing 2 different things. It's protecting the livestock from themselves and from the wilderness. So that's kind of like how I'm envisioning this, and that's why it's kind of like a rugged kind of stone block. Like any old stone will do. It doesn't matter if there's holes in it, as long as the sheep can't get out and as long as other things can't get in. Predators can't get in. There will also be a building kind of here. I'm envisioning the building being here. So the reason why I want it down here is because from probably like from the path here, you're probably not going to be able to see it. All you're going to see is a big oak tree, and I'm talking a big oak tree. So the oak tree is going to be growing over the top of the building. All you're going to be able to see from here is the big oak tree. Now, this bit of the wall is definitely the bit that is going to be very, very thought through. So this white segment here, that's the bit that's going to be like thought through. It needs to be pretty. It needs to look good. Because this is the bit that is visible from the road, right? So the main road, one of the first impressions you get of this village is this sheep pen, so it needs to look good. Like, this is the facade that we want it to look. So this bit needs to look good. So this bit is going to look different to the rest of it. And again, it'll probably be made of these sort of colors. I might make it darker. So we might go deep slate with this instead. And really, or like deep slate undertones to be able to really pull it out. Or we could go the other way and we could make it kind of like a diorite look. Make diorite look interesting. That could be quite an interesting challenge. But that's going to be a lot more structured. So that's where I'm going to have the rule of this needs to look uniform and nice and structured. Whereas the rest of the wall, it doesn't matter what it looks like because it's behind the point of view of the player. So there's a lot of different things that I am thinking about whilst I'm building this, but this segment here, the bit in the back is not as important. I think if that makes sense. Am I making sense? Did any of that make sense, or was that just me waffling on about walls? It was probably me just waffling on. Let's be honest, I do that a lot. Oh, am I out of... Oh no, I'm not out of stone slabs. I'm blowing up ships at the moment, so don't know. Waffles! Great, thanks chat. Yeah. I'm glad to know people are paying attention. I'm glad to know that I'm making riveting content. I'm doing something else. I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying attention to what you're saying, Wobble. We never pay attention. We're just here to... We're just here because we need something on in the background, so it makes us look like we're doing something. Wait, what? I heard jibber jabber jibber. Sounded like Womble. Seems okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just a drone in the background. I know. I'm aware of that. Basically, I was waffling on. It's fine. Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. I know. I'm not appreciated. Nobody listens to me. No, I'm kidding. Walls are important. Never underthink them. Got it. Okay. You guys are dicks. In my defense, wife was talking... Okay, yeah. Priorities, definitely. Wife is more important than Womble. 100%. I did this. Dude, that looks cool. I like that. That really works. I like that. Caving? I think that's a... That's a good way. So we... Like, you came asking us for... Like, here, I'm gonna show chat, because... So, you came asking us of a way to kind of, like, make it look a little bit more interesting, and we gave you, like, different ideas, and, you know, and you've turned this into your own. This is cool. I like this. Well done, dude. Like, you've got the fence posts that link up to the walls. You've got a wall kind of, like... structure here with the deep slate in the background. I really like this. I think this is unique and interesting and something that only you could have done. Well done. It looks cool. See, this is what I like about Minecraft, right? Is the fact that you can take ideas from loads of other different people and create random shit. This is Kerbal. This isn't Minecraft. I know what I'm on about. I don't know what I'm on about. It's fine. I need to focus. Help me focus. I'm not focusing. You did a thing. It looks good. Yeah, it does. It looks really good. I like it. Well done, dude. Yeah, you asked for like feedback, and then you took the feedback and then came up with something that you created well. One problem. What's your issue? The soul sand isn't elevating. Okay, that's a simple fix. And I know exactly what you've done. For this, I need to go into a test save, and I'll kind of explain what you've done, what's happening, right? Okay, so you have a, do you know what, let's do that. We'll get rid of this, and we're gonna build out of deep slate because that's what you've got. So you've got an area like this. I'm top and tailing because it's easy. Soul. Soul sand to here. Nice and easy. Simple. Beep, beep. Right, okay, so yours is, you have a system that's very similar to this, and then you've got some form of wall. It doesn't matter what wall I go with. I'll go with cobbled. Just because I can. Right, so you've kind of got like a system that kind of opens up like that with a gate, and it opens, right? And then on the top, you've got a water source like this, and it's falling down like that, and it's not bubble vating. Is this right? Like, it's not actually bubble vating. Okay, so there is a very simple, Turing's beat me to it, but there's a very simple way to do this, because effectively what's happened here is you've got, I'm going to recreate this over this side here just so I can kind of explain it, so just bear with me, because instead of me telling you what to do, I want to teach you how to do it yourself so that you know in the future, like, the mechanic of kind of what's going on. Actually, I kind of like that. That's cool. Like, so you understand the mechanic of what's kind of going on, right? In your own system, so that you can kind of, in the future, you don't have to like say, wait, what did Womble say? So you've kind of got this system going on. Let's do this. Right. Okay, so I've got two identical builds here, there, and whatever. Okay, so in this system, basically every single block in there, it looks like a water source, but as you look at the water there, it is flowing down. Do you see that? And that's because you've only actually got one water source block, and that's at the top. So something that you can do, if I broke this block there, that block here, and this block here, it would look like the water is kind of like holding this up. And that's because this block here isn't a water source block. Right. And you will have places all the way through there where there's gaps. There's a way to fix it, and that's basically by adding the kelp in, right? And basically what happens when you add kelp into there, it turns the water into a water source block. So you can kind of like break all of the kelp, and then it shoots you up. Fill the drop water with kelp to make them all source blocks. Interesting, but it's not working? So that's not the issue? It might still be worth just going in and doing that again, if that makes sense. Just like put kelp block all the way through it, all the way through to make the... Like, just do it again and then break it down, kind of thing. Just like do that a number of times, and hopefully it'll work. It might be worth just like going through and getting as much kelp as you can to do that. Well, the way to test it is to kind of like, even though if you break away at the bottom, it will still kind of like expand out like that. The way to test it is to take away the soul sand and then kind of break away the bottom pieces. And then if it doesn't expand out like this, then you know it's not a water source block. So look, if we take away the water blocks there, you can kind of see that that one is expanding out, but this one isn't, if that makes sense. So that's the way to test it. Also, with the kelp, when it is all water source blocks all the time, oh, actually, you know what? That image there, like, they visually look the same, but you'll occasionally see bubbles float up. There's one there. Like, every so often you'll see a bubble. If you see a bubble, that's good. If you don't, then it's working like this, I think. I didn't realize that water source blocks felt like it was dropping as well. I thought the animation was different. There's the bubble. So yeah, that's how you know that there's bubble, that it turns into a bubble veta, is that there are bubbles and that sort of thing. Cool. So yeah, just try and kelp everything again. It might work. It might help you out. It doesn't harm just throwing down a crap ton of kelp. I have shaders on, so your water looks a bit different. Okay. That is a bit of a problem. I don't like playing with shaders. Just as a general rule. I do have shaders here. I don't like playing with it. I don't know why. So I've got the vibrant shaders, which is the extreme one. This comes with Optifine, so I do have shaders. I tend not to like playing with the shaders just because I find it more difficult to build with the shaders. It looks nice. Like, generally, Minecraft looks really cool when you play with shaders like this. Like look at that. Circular sun and, you know, everything like this. Like, you've got shadows and it looks cool, but I don't like playing Minecraft with shaders. So I don't have shaders on. That's a good point, Cheering. Are you sure you've got soul sand there and not soul soil? That's another thing that you need to think about. I realize these are like, let's be honest, these are questions that you're probably going to have asked anyway, but it's always a good idea to have, like, multiple different people, like, asking the same sort of question just so that you can eliminate things. It might be, for me, when I make, things that don't work, it's always really useful for me to just rule out the obvious. And chat's very good at doing that for me. I'm not very good at building technical stuff on stream from scratch, because the way that my brain works. Okay, let's keep going. Dude. It was soul soil. There we go. You see, it's those little things. So yeah, I see what you've done there. Soul soil and soul sand are different. So there we go. That's the you see, this is the thing, right? It's little things like that. This is why I like streaming and doing that sort of stuff, is that I'm an idiot. And it's very useful for, like, when I'm being an idiot, when I'm doing things like that, for someone to say, hey, have you tried this? It's like, yeah, exactly. Womble's a blithering idiot. It's like, hey, have you tried this? It's like, oh, yeah, okay, all right. I'm using the wrong block. That's happened to me multiple times, Kavek, so yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, they look very similar. So the soul soil and soul sand look different, but I mean, they look very similar, but fundamentally they are actually quite different. It's quite interesting. So there's your soul soil, that's your soul sand. So the best way for me to explain how they are different is for me to hide my webcam. So we're going to do that for a sec. So just bear with me. Okay, so the best way for me to explain the differences between the two, I'm going to have to take off my soul speed boots as well for this. So if you have a look on the top left of the screen, you will see in the second paragraph, at the top of the second paragraph, it says X, Y, and Z. So currently my player position is negative 15.8 by 94.0 by negative 103.5. So that's my X, Y, and Z axis. Now, I'm not going to go into what that all means, but the number that I want you to look at is the Y axis for this. So if we stood on the soul soil there, the Y axis doesn't change. But if you stand on the soul soil, you might have seen it as I step down, like I drop. And on the Y axis, it goes down to 93.8. And that's because, well, 0.875. And that's because this soul soil is slightly lower down than normal soul sand. Soul soil. No, the soul sand is lower down than the soul soil. I'll get there eventually. It's the same with path blocks, but visually, the path blocks look lower down than the soul soil. So if you stand on the path block here, you've got 93.93750, whatever, on the Y axis. So weirdly enough, soul soil, it drops down, and you can kind of see it with the visuals. Like when I kind of walk across it, you notice I'm just hitting the A and D. You notice that I'm going up and down kind of thing. I'm rising, my camera is rising up and down, and I'm not touching the mouse here, like I'm just hitting the A and D, and you can see me like moving up and down, right? So soil, dirt, yeah, so like soul sand and soul soil, there is very huge differences between them. This has more of a redstone implementation. When I say redstone implementation, I mean like kind of, there's more of a mechanical implementation to this. The soil, it does have a mechanical implementation, but it is more aesthetical. And this was brought in much later than the soul soil. Soul soil's been in the game since like 1.5, maybe? Someone will have to fact check me on that. I can't remember when they implemented that, but it was implemented in the Nether a long time ago. The soul soil, this was implemented in 1.15. which was the Nether update. No, 1.16, sorry. That was the Nether update, 1.16. So this was like ages and ages. This is an old block that's been in the game for a long time and has had mechanics, which includes the bubble elevators and things like that. And this is a new aesthetical block to kind of be paired with the soil, with the sand. To go in the new Nether biomes. So that's the differences between the two. Unfortunately, this you cannot use for bubble vators, but you can for the sand. So that's the differences between the two, and they do look very similar. The way that the differences that I can see, so for me, so that's the soil there. This looks, it's a very natural kind of texture. You've got that white, the lighter kind of band that goes through it, and it kind of like goes through phases. It's actually quite a nice looking block if you look at it. It looks very natural. It reminds me of glazed terracotta, but usually the glazed terracottas, they're very like, it's a dark, it's multiple different colors depending on whatever it is. I don't have any, so I can't show you. This is a little bit more random, but if you look really, really close, there's actually a face. I don't know if you can see it. There's like eyes there and a mouth, and that's because effectively souls have been trapped in this. I think that's the lore of the block itself, is that little souls have been trapped in it. And if you walk over it, if I'm completely silent when I walk over the soil itself, the sand doesn't, the soil doesn't make anything, but the sand will. So listen carefully. Okay, maybe it doesn't here. Maybe you need lots of it. Maybe it's when you place it. It like sighs anyway. Like there is a sigh on like some, like there's like a kind of sigh to it. Maybe you need to go and do it in the nether. I can't remember. If we listen carefully. Did you hear that? It's like a sigh when you place it. So yeah, it has a sigh, and that's, I think the lore in the Minecraft world is that there are souls trapped in that block, whereas the soil, I don't know if it has that same sound. I generally don't know. This is me learning now. When breaking the block. Thank you. I thought it was when you walked on it. Maybe when you have the soul speed on your feet. Yeah, it just sounds like soil. It is. It's when you've got soul speed. I'm going to mute my mic so you can hear it a bit better. It's very faint. Minecraft is surprisingly complex. Well, the other day when I was streaming, we were talking about different, like, the lore around Minecraft. Now, there's absolutely a lore in Minecraft. It's just very subtle. And you really have to, like, observe things to really understand it. And one of the things that I like about Minecraft here, I'm going to put my camera back on. One of the things I like about Minecraft is that it's down to interpretation, right? So, hard. Did I? Music stopped. We'll replay that soundtrack. Yeah, it's down to interpretation, so it's kind of like down to the player to decide what the Minecraft lore is. So, how did that soul noise get into the game? And also, when you walk over the soul sand, I don't know if you saw it down at the bottom, down that way. I don't know if you saw it down at the bottom, because I've got the subtitles on, right? Like, it says footsteps right now, so that's what the game is doing. It said soul escapes when you walk over it with the soul speed on your boots, which is what I've got on my tread-in light boots. I'm gonna finish my iced coffee there. So yeah, Minecraft is surprisingly complex. I agree, Buzz. And I like it for that. Because they don't ever... Minecraft never really explains these things. Like, the devs will never say, hey, this is why we've done this here, and this is the reason why the souls are trapped in the in the soil, and this, that, and the other. Like, they never say that. They just implement little things every now and again. You've kind of got to guess for yourself. I wonder what this could do. And I like that. I think that's pretty cool, because then that means that you can your own story around what's going on in the world, and you know, it makes a truly good sandbox style game, I guess. Is Minecraft Stories canon? I would ask, is, because I don't know the answer to this, right? So the way I would say, the answer that I'm going to give to this, and it might be a little bit vague, but I'm going to ask with another question. You know the extended universe in like Star Wars or even Star Trek, that sort of thing, all the books and the things like that. Is that truly canon? Or is that just fan fiction? I think Minecraft is the most complex game I've ever played, but it can also be super simple. It all depends on how you play it. Exactly. And that's the fun of a sandbox game, just in general, is the fact that you are the person that gets to decide how you want to play. It was sorta, and then it wasn't. Yeah, exactly. Like it's difficult to it's difficult to answer. It's difficult to answer whether the Minecraft stories count as canon. It's like saying like extended universe stuff. When I mean extended universe for like Star Trek, I mean like the short stories and stuff that kind of come along with the thing, like the various novels, which are like, hey, this is kind of canon, but actually now it's not, because we're going to bring out a new series which counteracts everything that is said in this. So it's like, does it count? I don't know. It's weird, because I'm sure at some point, the point I'm trying to make is that I'm sure at some point there will be something that will go against the Minecraft stories, if that makes sense. Go against what are told in the Minecraft stories. Like with Star Trek and with Star Wars, like there's new content that always seems to be coming out, right? So, and that counteracts a lot of what is told in those shorter things. Do 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 do. Alright, just bear with me while I'm kind of doing this. I've spent a lot of time just like chatting in the last few minutes. I want to get this looking okay. I see them. I see them. I'm not getting fooled by these goddamn motherfucking zombies. I see you there. Get out of here. You can't get me. Chase me. You can't get me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you being able to catch me. I built a wall. Keep you out. Get out of it. Get out of it. I said get out! Okay, this is embarrassing. Oh no. I need to be better at the combat, really. Alright, let's get rid of the orange and the light grey and the light blue and the red. And then we'll kind of like go up to the white wool here. And that's going to be where we transition into a different wool type design, I think. Where's my stone brick walls? It's right there. Get out of it. You ain't allowed. Yeah, we just need to connect up to that little bit there. Isn't going to be too bad, I don't think. I think we're all right. And again, there's like little segments here that almost look like it has completely and utterly failed. Just going to hold on to those. This has been a little bit of a slow process today. I've spent, what, like 3 hours on this? I do realize I've been distracted through a lot of it. We need to be careful of that. Dinner time for me. See you later. Okay, no worries, man. That bit's floating. I think I'm going to get rid of that, and then we're going to put in... actually, we're going to put in that. There we go. Makes it a little bit more supported. Every so often, we just like have to remind ourselves to do things like that, just to make it feel a little bit thorough. I want to keep this gap here. Yeah, I don't like that there. It's like just trying to be as random as possible is getting quite difficult now, because I've kind of like gone through the process of being as random as I can be, and now it's just a matter of like repeating myself. I like that there. I'll do that. Okay. Cool. Right. I think I've done the main chunk of the blueprints for the wall, right? So the wall kind of like deteriorates in places. It's more or less all the way around, I think, other than here. It's mob proof. So actually I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to put that in. That just changes up the wall a little bit. And more importantly, you can see past the wall. Is this a bit where they can get past? Maybe not. I think we're okay. Like, you can see through, like, there are big gaps where you can see all the way around if you needed to. So that's good. Now, the next step of this segment of the wall is maybe going around and just decorating it. So when I say decoration, I'm going to get rid of a lot of the... Whoops. Gonna get rid of a lot of the cobblestone. Well, not a lot of it, but we're gonna go around in like chunks of the cobblestone. We're gonna swap it up with mossy cobblestone. So I've got some mossy cobblestone slabs. That's all I've got. Annoying. Let's put the wool away. We'll put the gunpowder away. There's just... I've got so much. I've got so much. Now the tuff might work in those places as well. So I need to like maybe we replace some of the stone with the tuff. In places where we're replacing the cobblestone with the mossy cobblestone, maybe. Thing is, I know I've got mossy cobblestone down in my cave. But those are all the sort of blocks that I'm going to be using for the What's It build as well. So the build is going to look pretty much like it's made out of the same materials as the wall. So that was why I wanted to do the wall first. Now, something that I should probably try and do now is release the sheep and really make sure that they can't get out. Do I have mossy cobblestone down here? I have tuff. I thought I had a little bit left, but maybe I don't have any left. Did we use it all? Really? Surprising. Oh, we've got 31 pieces of mossy cobblestone left. I've got moss blocks, though, down here. I'm going to leave some, because... Well, that's only going to help me a little bit. I do have... Well, if that's the case, we do have those vines that we picked that were just, like, plagued everywhere. So we could just use the vines to create mossy cobblestone, right? We don't need to create loads. Just bits and bobs. I don't want to use moss just yet. I'll probably need moss at some point. I need to create a moss generator. Auto moss generator, that'd be cool. I need a collection system for it, to be honest. So, places where we're going to use mossy cobblestone. I'm sure I've got vines in here somewhere. I've only got 24. Did I put some over here? Yes. Okay, I'm thinking that will probably be enough. So where do we want to put this mossy cobblestone? Now, I'm thinking all of the cobblestone bits around here need to be replaced with it. So we need walls, we need stairs, and we need slabs. I don't know how much, but we'll need it. And then I'm also going to take the tuff out of this box here, and we'll try and implement that in places. So let's do 50, and we'll do 21 of those. I've already got slabs, so I don't need to worry too much about it. Right, cool. That will do for the time being, and I'm just going to put in the mossy stuff down here, and the tuff as well. We'll see if the tuff will work. So I'm going to choose this section around here. Now, unfortunately, with the tuff, you can't replace slabs. I'm going to leave that one. Just really like do that bit, and then the tuff, where is it? Just in little random places, we'll just like add a spot of tuff. Doesn't have to be perfect, but the reason why I want to do it around this bit is because this is the bit that's going to have the stone as the contrast, so we just need to like a little bit of extra color in, I think. There's so many like... Oh, stairs. I've not done any stairs yet for the mossy cobblestone. There we go. And I'm hoping that that's going to look quite good from the back. It's not made too much of a difference. But it's enough to be able to distinguish the wall now, I think. Maybe the mossy stuff should be at the bottom. I do like the contrast between the tuff and the mossy cobblestone. In all honesty, like, I think that works really well. I really wish we could have tough stairs. That would be great. Like, 'cause I think that would make the difference back here. Okay. So that's fine. Like that is all the little bits of moss that I needed around there. I might go around the whole thing and just add little pockets of like this mossy cobblestone. So like there's another load of cobblestone here, so we could kind of almost just go cobblestone. And do this sort of thing. Every so often just like break it up a little bit more. Yeah, I think that works quite well. Like just little bits like that just helps break it up in places, just adds a little bit more decoration to it. So then it's not just like the same thing all the way around. I still think that we should do like a repaired segment on the back wall somewhere. There we go. And it just like breaks it up a little bit more, right? Just add those small little segments, and they don't need to be like everywhere, just like every so often we just have like this mossy segment, I guess. I think this works quite well, actually. Yeah, just like every so often we just have like these mossy cobblestone pieces, and it's just breaks it up a little bit, just gives it a little bit more to work on. Whoops. While still making it functional. Who's gonna win? I think the skeleton probably will. I think it did. And at some point I need to figure out what's going on kind of like underneath the wall. So that'll be like one of the next things that we kind of work on. That will just help the decoration a little bit more, the detailing. I mean, the actual wall itself, until the front bit, is pretty sound. I quite like this. I think what we've created there is actually quite unique. I don't think... It does look a little bit ruinous, which isn't what I was hoping for. But I like that it just kind of like goes up and down through the terrain and there's a clear boundary. That needs to go away. Where's my redstone box? Did I leave it inside over here? Yes. Cool. So what are we thinking? What are we thinking with this wall? Are we kind of like pleased with it? Like, do you think I can improve upon it? Like, from up here, it looks really good. It looks exactly what I wanted it to look like from above. So that's great. I've got an arrow in my head. Obviously, we've got that white wall segment there, which is going to be kind of like the main gate. Big question. What does it look like from inside the house looking out? I'm curious. Because this was a big thing for me. I wanted this view here to look good. Okay, I like it. I like it. I think it worked. Obviously, we've got the bamboo in the way and we've got the beacon in the way, but I wanted this view there to look good. I didn't want there to be too much imposing stuff. I wanted you to get like the scenery in the background, a backdrop, that sort of thing. So it's coming along. I like it. I think I've made quite a lot of progress actually on that entire area. I'm happy. I'm happy to say that this was a good endeavor. So I think with that, I'm probably going to call the stream. I'm going to give it a go. I need to go and get some food and stuff and eat and that sort of thing. Hey Rancid, how's it going, my dude? I need to head out. So I'm going to do that. Have a good night, evening, noon, insert time zone here. I feel like weirdly today the stream has been very chatty, but also very productive. It's very rare that I get like that. I'm either one or the other. And I feel like I've done both quite well today, so I'm in a good way. It was a good stream. I've enjoyed myself. Hopefully you guys have as well. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have a good night, evening, noon, insert time zone here. See you guys on the flip side. I don't know when that's going to be. Possibly sometime next week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Thanks, was fun. Yeah, it was. It was fun. It was nice to do some more building stuff. I've enjoyed that. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.